These are small batch chocolate chip cookies, and to make this video a little bit quicker, I've already pre-measured the ingredients. So we start with 3 tablespoons of packed brown sugar and 3 tablespoons of vanilla sugar, which I like to just go ahead and combine a little bit before I add anything else. It just makes it go a little bit faster for me. And then 2 tablespoons of softened butter. This is not quite as softened as I usually like to have it, but it's a little bit chilly today. And this right here is exactly why I pre-measured the ingredients, because I knew that this part would take a little longer than usual. I wrote this recipe entirely really so that we could eat the dough. So sometimes I don't even put chocolate chips into it at the end. We're just going to eat the dough plain, and sometimes I leave them out. And the humidity in my area, especially at my elevation, is hitting me a little hard today. So the flour measurement is slightly different from the original. I've been very scant on the flour. Which I'll get to when I put the flour in. The only thing I have not pre-measured is vanilla, because it's so small that if I measured it, poured it into something, and then transferred it into this bowl, I would lose so much of it. And I tend to be a little over generous with my vanilla just because I love the flavor of the vanilla so much. And you're not really supposed to measure over the bowl, and that's exactly why, because I just spilled so much. But like I said, I love vanilla, so I'm not fussed. This particular recipe is kind of forgiving on that score. I'm going to go ahead and clear away a couple of things. And this is 1½ tablespoons of mayonnaise. I'm not fond of the flavor of mayonnaise, never have been. So I just buy what's on sale. I know a lot of parts of the country, there are certain mayonnaises that are preferred over others, and it's blasphemous to go for anything other than the regional mayonnaise, but not the case in this house. I've even purchased safflower mayonnaise and other things like that. Yeah, it's going to be a really dry dough today. I may actually have to add a little bit of milk at the end. Weather conditions are such. It is Memorial Day weekend, and yet I just saw that there's a possibility of 2 to 5 inches of snow about 400 feet above me. So we'll see what we get. Much drier than this normally is at this point. This is the flour, and it's difficult to tell. It's also got the baking soda and the salt in it already, and kind of mix that together. It just makes it easier. Starting to get a battery warning on my camera, so we will have to hope that it holds out. It's got 2 more steps here, and then I can recharge. My hands are clean, and I'm the one who's going to eat this later. So this is a much more crumbly dry dough than the recipe usually comes out. Pulling out a little bit of brown sugar that was too clumped. So what I'm going to do is add a very small amount of milk. And when I say small amount, I really mean it. And before this battery goes, a little bit of brown sugar there that's not... I need to get a new bag of brown sugar apparently, which is fine because I only have 2 tablespoons left in the bag. So before the battery dies, I'm going to go ahead and put in the chocolate chips. Half cup. And obviously I'll stir those in. And this will go into the fridge for an hour covered, and then I shall return. Okay, dough has been chilling in the fridge for an hour. Oven is preheated to 375. So we'll just start dishing up. I often just go ahead and use a regular spoon, especially when it's as crumbly as it is today. But we will see how the disher goes. And I can always switch to a spoon. I'm not going to record every single one that I put out. I use the opportunity while this was in the fridge to do some weeding of our raised beds, so that once the danger of snow is past, we can get our seedlings in the ground. They are desperate to be transplanted. They wait too much longer. I think I started them a little bit earlier than I should have. So yeah, we all know how to dish up cookie dough. So I'll go ahead and get the rest of this scooped out, get this in the oven, and I shall return. And here they are. These baked for 9 minutes. And then they cooled on the baking sheet for 2 minutes, and then on a wire rack for about 20-25 minutes. There's a total of 8, and there is about to be a total of 7. So that's it, small batch chocolate chip cookies.